another episode of Film and Business, the show where we talk about what it really takes to bring your film to audiences around the world. Hi, my name is Rosa Camero, your host, film producer, and CEO and founder of Ramiro AI, a film marketing and distribution assistant powered by AI. With 17 years of experience in the film marketing and distribution area. So, no, we are not amateurs here. We know what we're talking about. Stay here, stay with us. And today's episode is all about a crucial step for every filmmaker, selling your film in the international market. We always focus in producing a film, making a film, and hopefully someone will see it. We want to reach our final audience, but we don't care too much when we are making the film. We just worried that we just want to finish it. But when you reach the final audience, that's where actually your film made a purpose. Like actually it was created for someone else to watch it. And I don't mean your family and friends, but it means people that you don't have idea who they are. In this episode, we'll explore what international distributors and sales agents actually do, what makes a film market different from a film festival, and how you can prepare a professional film package to get attention. By the end of this episode, you'll have clear steps and strategies to take your film global with confidence. Key highlights of the episode: what it really means to sell your film internationally, the difference between distributors and sales agents, the difference between a film market and a film festival, why your film package and marketing materials matter so much, practical tips on building relationships and protecting your rights. Welcome to another episode. Why selling internationally matters. Film are just not local products. They could be a global product. It could be a global story. And this happened to many films and many series that we've seen right now. And especially now with the streaming platforms, we know there's a chance that we could become like a global phenomenon. Like, for example, what happened to Money Heist, the Spanish series that actually was canceled after the first season. The story behind it is that they produced it, they had the first season, nothing happens, a normal series, it got canceled. They didn't do the second. They wanted to move on, the production company, and then Netflix came into the picture and they said, we'll buy your series and we just put it on a streaming platform. And they said, buy it, here it is. They got a deal, they got a negotiation, and after the first season was aired on Netflix, that series got crazy. There's 4 seasons. I don't think it's gonna be like a 5th. I don't think the script can give more than what it did already, but the actors and the team behind it, the film crew, they actually became international. They actually, like, now you can see the actors playing in international films, like Hollywood films. And that's the kind of power that streaming and globalization can do for your film. So why not trying to find that kind of recognition for your film? There's also other films like, okay, a really good example is the Twilight Saga. The Twilight Saga it is based in a series of books, and the first one was low budget. This means it was $10 million. For studios, that's a small budget, okay? So bear with me. I know probably you're watching this and saying, Rosa, my film is not 10 million. It's like maybe $500,000 or 1 million or 2 millions. But marketing is the same for a big film or for a small one. So in this case, the Twilight Saga started with the first film, and they said, let's see what happens. Let's buy the book rights and let's make it a film. They made a film. They never thought it was going to be a global phenomenon. So this film started with this film, $10 million film, and the last film that they did, it was the fourth one. It was $182 million. So that was crazy. And you know what? I worked in that saga. I started with the $2 million And the budget was okay. It was okay. Of course, it's not the same as I said, like small budget, but it was a small budget for like a blockbuster. They never expected there was going to be a blockbuster. It was going to be like another nice film that was based in a book for teenagers. So the marketing budget wasn't very big. And we did some things, but after the first one, marketing and promotion got crazier and crazier and crazier, and more brands wanted to collaborate with us. So in the end, in the fourth film, actually you could see like the difference between marketing, promotion, production value. Everything was like more expensive, and you could see that, and you could see the budget was like extremely insane. And you might say, because you have a lot of money, you can do this and this and this. Yes, but still, if it's a budget, you need to follow guidelines, and you need to follow the way you work and the way you do things, and what are the brands that you want that you can work with. It's not all the brands. So those are two examples that why your film can be a global story. International sales give access to financing, audiences, and long-term revenue. So it's not only about making your film. And I always say this, you are planting a foundation for your production company. So it's not about your film. Your film is a product. Your production company, it's the brand. Or either you as a filmmaker, you can be the brand. Either you as a production company, you are the brand. So your film is a product that it needs to make money, because it means that if your film goes well, you're gonna find easier distribution for the next film. You're gonna build relationships, important relationships. You can pitch your following projects to production companies. You can do co-productions, and then you can negotiate deals, like really good deals. So that means that's like points for you. And this is a very sad, and I always use it in my pitch because this is like very, very sad, but it is happening. 97% of independent films don't make money. So international sales can change that art. They can change that panorama for you. So who is who? Distributors against sales agent. What is the difference between distributors and sales agents? Okay, so distributors are the ones that are based in the territory that you want to distribute. So, for example, if your film is from the US, you might find someone in the United States to distribute your film. This means it's a company that is based there, and they do all the marketing and promotion and distribution. Either you go for the traditional path. This means they take your film, they have it for several years. You have to negotiate that. And then after that, they release in different windows, and they have a cut of it. So that means that they will give you the cut. Normally it's between 40 and 50%, sometimes 60 if you're lucky. And then they will share that money, the revenue money, with you if the film makes money. Also, they have expenses. This means everything that was an expense for your film, they will put it in the finance, and they will need to recoup that first. Also their fee, so they have a distribution fee that they need to recoup, and then from there you start making money. So yeah, it's not straightforward, but that's the way it works. Either can be the distributor can be based in a territory, that means in a country, or it can be in a territory. It can be maybe US and Canada, US and Mexico, or Mexico, all Latin America. So that's a distributor. So now we go with a sales agent. And I always say the way it works in the business side of films is that you have a lot of intermediaries between your film and the final audience. So that means that if you can cut as much as you can in between all the people that it's in between your film and the final audience, the better. So if you go directly to a distributor, it's better than having a sales agent. But if you don't have the connections, normally sales agent have those connections. So sales agent is a representative of your film internationally. Either can be internationally or territory. So you can find someone that represents your film in Latin America, for example. But then you have someone else to represent your film in Europe. Or maybe you have a sales agent that is in charge of the whole world, and they go to different markets. And we're gonna go there. We're gonna explain what is the difference between a film market and a film festival. And this is where you can meet the sales agent, a film market. So the sales agent represent your film and sell it to distributors and streaming platforms, depending of their connections, depending when they're based, and depending of what is the deal that you have with them. They negotiate also the deals with them. You actually don't have interaction any like further away from the sales agent. So the sales agent has all the contacts and all the connections. They make sure to do all the deals, what is best for the film, or what they do also is to package the film. So what they do is not only sell only your film, but they sell all the romance, all the action, all the thriller together. And then they normally have like a very big film that is they know they is gonna make money, and then they put like a lot of other films that they are in the package. So for example, if your film is small, it's independent, it's not very, you don't have like known actors, but then they have another film that maybe it's Denzel Washington, Naomi Watts in the film. Of like, we kind of know that that film's gonna make money, so that's gonna be the headline of the package, and then they will need to buy the other 10 15 films. So if you have a small film and then it's packaged in the film, probably I don't know if you're gonna see money. I haven't heard of any independent feature film that actually go into that package and they make money, but it's a good opportunity for you to get highlight. I'm not saying it. I mean, it depends on you, what kind of deal you want and what kind of deal you are looking for. So maybe you want more exposure, maybe you want to build more relationships. If you want to build more relationships and you want to have a solid production company in a few years, then I will suggest that you can be your own sales agent. So maybe at the beginning you go to these film markets. You're not gonna know anyone at the first one. But the thing about these film markets is like everyone goes to the same film markets again and again and again. So you bump into them again. It's like, oh, I saw you, and then you follow up, and then you write them, and then you do these things. So if you want to build relationships and you want to become like a very successful production company, then I suggest that you be your own sales agent. Yes, it means that you're gonna invest money. It means that you have to travel, and it means that you need to have a budget for that. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Or you hire people that is actually not a representative, or someone like is willing to introduce you to other connections. Like for example, me. That's what I do with my clients. Like I represent them in film markets. I go and take marketing material. But if there's an opportunity for them, I don't take a cut. Like I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in the film to actually make profit. It's because that's a success story. So I'm more interested in the film having a profit. So I won't take any profit. I can represent you. And then they do the deal. They make the deal. So I am not in between you and distributor. So I'm just the connection. And then what is the difference between film markets and film festivals? So I repeat it again and again, but I know it is necessary that you as a filmmaker know the difference, because I think this is crucial for you when you make money with your film, or when you have just a piece of art and it will go to film festivals and you will see a dime in your life for the for the film. So the film market is like a film conference. It's like there's talks, there's booths, there's like I believe it's even fancier than a conference, because the only thing that you see there is film. So it's for me, that I've been doing this for many, many years, going to a film market is very, very excited. It's just especially because you see the films and you see the posters, and I don't know, it's just like very, for me, it's like fancy and artistic. And even though it's a film market, so film market is like only business related. It's not like you don't cross any any red carpet. You don't wear your gown unless that you're invited to a red carpet or a cocktail that you can wear your dress or your suit. But film markets, it's all about business. It's all about closing business. It's all about closing deals. It's all about meeting the right people. It's about creating connections, building relationships, having dinners, and having parties to meet the right people. So you get, or either you get the next gig, you sell your film, you get a pre-sale deal. So this means selling your film in advance. They give you a minimum guarantee. So that means like a production help money, so they can distribute when you release. So those are the kind of deals that you see there. In the film market, is you that is the one who needs to make the effort. Your film is a product, you need to sell it. That's the main goal. Film festivals is something else. Your film is the main character. Your film got invited, you submit it to a film festival, and it's chosen. So this means that your film is going to this film festival. You might be invited. Probably if you are a director, or if you are the producer, or if you are the main character, you will be invited, and then you decide you want to go, and you do PR around it, and then it's you and the film and the story. You get together with film fans and people who love cinema, and you live the real experience of the film in the other side, like in the art side. What you do there, so you have PR, you can have interviews, you actually can train yourself to be a great speaker, to interview with media, walk the red carpet, watch a lot of people in front of you, like clapping for your film. So you get to experience that. That's something that you don't experience in the film market. So, for example, Cannes and Berlinale, they both are a film festival, and they also have the film market. So Berlin has a European film market. So you go there, you do your deals, but you can also find the artistic side, and you can get selected to have your film there. So normally when you get selected for the official run of the festival, you normally don't go and do business. You can, of course, but you're going to be very busy promoting your film and doing all these things I already told you in the film festival. But you can watch films if you go to the film market, and then you can watch films for the film festival. So that's really cool. And actually, a lot of distributors and films agents, they go and watch films, so they know if they like the film or not, and if they want to put up an offer on it. So also that's the Cannes Film Festival. It's also similar, and that's the most known film festival around the world. And it's a beautiful place where it's held. And for me, it's been like a very nice experience, both festivals. One is in winter, so it's really cold in Berlin in February, March. So it's really cold, so sometimes you can see snow, and you have to really like have your jacket with you and like be really like warm. And then you go to Cannes, that is like on the beach, and it's like very fancy and lots of people. It's a very small town in the south of France that you actually get to live the southern European vibe. And a lot of people, as I said, a lot of security as well, because there's a lot of like high level people meeting there. Like, I don't think we know the kind of money that is moved in that festival. I mean, I was reading some like a really high profile people visiting Cannes Film Festival this past edition. And I can imagine, I think like, what kind of deals are they like talking about? Like, who are they meeting with? Like, why are they here? Do they like to go and watch films? So those are the questions that sometimes I ask myself about these like high level, high profile people that goes into these film festivals. And normally some of them, they might be part of the film business, and I understand, of course they are there because they want to make deals. But some other like high profile people that you say, maybe I don't know why you're here, but I mean, I guess everyone loves films, right? Everyone loves what it's films, stories, like watching a good film with popcorn. Please tell me if you know anyone that don't like that. Now is preparing your film package. So you need to prepare your film. I always talk about packaging your film, packaging your film, packaging your film. That's the way I normally help my clients, because it's super important and something that is not seen. So it's like, oh, I finished my film, now what? It's like, you need to package your film, and you can package your film even from development. So this is something that what buyers expect to see from your film. It's like they're not going to watch the whole film if you don't grab their attention from the beginning. So this means you need to have a pitch deck, you need to have a proof of concept or a teaser trailer. You need to have a synopsis, a budget, a finance plan, sales estimates, festival strategy. Sales estimates is the distribution plan. Finance plan is a business plan. So how are you going to plan to make money with your film? So what is going to be the promotion, the marketing? You need to package your film in order for them to take you seriously. Can I say that? But it's like, I have to say that it's a wall. There's a wall between filmmaking and the business side of films. And film distributors and sales agents, I have to say that sometimes are very arrogant. I'm not saying everyone, but I have had some encounters where now I'm a film producer, and I'm probably a film producer. And I say that before I say that I have a background in distribution and marketing. And, oh, you're a film producer. So I can see the disdain. I can see the way they treat me. And then once that I say, oh yeah, but my background is in distribution and marketing, so I know how to promote. I know what you mean when you're telling me that I need to have this and this and this. So it's like, oh, they understand, and they change their tone completely. So if you show that you know your thing, that you know what you're talking about, they will respect you. That's the way it works, right? So sometimes just learning about it, learn about the different concepts and different words that you can use, so you can get into the room, you can get into that meeting. You need to have your marketing materials. So marketing materials are non-negotiable. Like you really need to think about, okay, what do I need to promote my film? And for starters, you need a trailer, a poster, a synopsis, of course. You need stills. And we always talk about stills. And stills are the photos that you take behind the scenes while you are shooting your film. And me as working in marketing, sometimes it's really hard for me to work with a film that doesn't have any stills, any photos, because you need to give those stills to press and to media, and if you have a outdoor campaign, so you need really good quality pictures. And some filmmakers, they have given us screenshots. You cannot give screenshots, like even if you have like a very neat image. I mean, you are seeing like a screenshot of like a big screen, if you have one. Like normally all of us, we have like a normal screen where you screenshot that, and it does not high quality. So you need really good high quality pictures. You also need clips for social media. So you need to have material for your social media, because let's face it, creating content is something that you need to do, and it's something that takes a lot of content. You need content to post and put out there. And especially, now imagine you are in development or you are in pre-production or production. Maybe your film is gonna be out in another 1 or 2 years. You need content for all those months, all those days that are in between your release date and your production, where you are right now. So that's gonna be like 2 years, and then it's not only releasing whatever the first release, but your film still lives, right? So it's like a born. It's like it's born into the wild. It's born into the world, and you need to keep feeding the people so they want to watch the film. So you can keep making money for the next many years with your film. It's not only making the film, releasing the film, and then of course you have to move on. But marketing is part of the process. Like, it's something that you cannot ignore. It's something that you cannot just put it on the side. If you're making films, marketing is part of the deal. I mean, I know they told you need to make films. That's your job. But if you want to sell and you want to thrive in this industry, marketing is part of the deal. Unless you have someone, but having someone is very expensive. Or you can have Ramiro. Ramiro AI can help you as well with promoting and, having all the social media posts. You can rely on Ramiro, but still, so you need to have like a small expense in that. Okay, so we almost coming to the end. Now we have practical tips for selling internationally. You need to build relationships early. Even if you're in development or pre-production, it's better to start now. Don't wait until the film is finished, because then you're wasting money. When you finish the film, you want to go into the film festival round, and you want to go with peace of mind that, okay, I have already a distributor, I already have a sales agent, it's done. I don't need to worry about it. Or maybe I have another project, so I can start building relationship now. It's like really marketing, promotion, building relationship. It can always come from like very beginning, development, pre-production. It's never too early. Know your audience. I always say, and I think something that I've been saying recently, you cannot start promoting your film, marketing your film, or even selling a film if you don't know your audience. If you don't know who your audience is, go and find it. You can use Ramiro AI for that. I mean, actually, that's one of the great highlights of Ramiro, is that can help you to find your audience, that can help you to actually build it, and you know who is the person who's gonna watch your film. Something important that I have to say, and we have another episode about it where we talk about distribution and the red flags about it, is like always review contracts with a lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, and I know it might be expensive, sometimes they give you like 30 minutes. AI can help you to highlight the red flags. Ramiro can help you to, by no means this is not legal advice, but at least support yourself with someone that knows, right? So don't just sign a contract, read it through, find what is good and what is bad about that contract. And the last point, use tools like Ramiro AI to prepare your meetings and create strategies. And selling internationally is not just for big films. This can be you're a small film, or maybe it's not a small, I don't want to say a small film, but in the films, sometimes we don't compare to the Hollywood and big blockbusters, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a chance. You just need a strategy. You just need to hone in, and that in that point, focus where you want to go and have a very clear goal. If you have doubts about distributors and sales agents, write a comment. Like, let's discuss what do you think about it, and also film markets, again, film festivals. So what are the things that you think what is the difference in between? And this is the end. We have reached the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching me. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and keep learning with film and business. See you next time. Bye.